If Boston's a hub of innovation, the orbit goes well beyond the confines of the Seaport District. That's one reason for the creativity and connection brought together in events organized by HubWeek. To tell us what's planned for the Fall Festival as well as monthly events in the neighborhoods is the Executive Director of HubWeek, Brendan Ryan. Thank you very much for being with us, Brendan.
Great to be here. Thank you.
When people hear the word innovator, they think, oh, someone who must work with a pharmaceutical company, but there's a lot more to it than that, isn't there?
There really is, and that's a big part of HubWeek, is that we know there are a lot of smart, interesting people in Boston, but it can be kind of intimidating. And what we have learned at HubWeek is that most of the innovation and the cool things that are happening in this city are being done outside of the labs, and most of the people who are in the labs want to share their work with those outside of the lab. So I think the idea that innovation is not restricted to a few small spaces is one of the things HubWeek is built on. It's happening everywhere, and a lot of people have something to contribute to that work.
And these are not just entrepreneurs trying to make money. I keep seeing the word problem solvers, people coming up with solutions. What could that mean?
It means a lot of things. And that's something we've heard from the community as we've been building HubWeek these past few years. The people we talk to, the people who we put on stage or feature at our events, they define their work in terms of a problem that it's solving. And usually they define that in terms of how it's making their world a better place. They might define that globally or locally. It might be healthcare or technology or media. But one of the things that really defines the innovation community of Greater Boston is that people see themselves as solving problems and trying to make their world a little bit better place than they found it.
In one other category, artists, what about them?
Artists, so that's a huge part of it. It's a thing that really distinguishes our city. We are surrounded by amazing cultural institutions and an artistic history that is as deep and rich as our civic history. And the overlap between creativity and artistic expression and scientific breakthrough and discovery is significant. And so part of what we've tried to do with HubWeek is to connect those communities. We've been able to get a lot of support and invest a lot of support in local artists and partner with over 150 artists over the past 4 years to share their work with a broader audience and really help connect their work with the things that are happening in the tech and science fields.
This is BNN News, and we're talking with Brendan Ryan from HubWeek. Brendan, before we get to the festival, you also have a series of events in the neighborhoods. You had one recently in East Boston, I believe, and you have one coming up pretty soon in Roxbury, the Open Doors. What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, that's something that we started a few years ago. When HubWeek started, we had all these amazing people come to us and say, we want to be a part of HubWeek. What can we do? And we just wanted them to be a part of it. So we said, well, why don't you host an event at your office or your space? And that first, we just did it all the same day during our fall festival, and it has grown so big that we've had to spread it throughout the year. So now one day a month, we go to a different neighborhood and work with the innovators and creators and artists and interesting people in those neighborhoods to open their doors to a broader audience and help bring people in so that they get a chance to see what's going on. And a lot of times, the audience are people who already live or work in that neighborhood and may walk by a place every day and aren't sure when they can go in and check it out. And it's really just about opening up the innovation that's happening all around us and helping people to connect with it. So yeah, we're going to be, East Boston was amazing last week. We have our next one coming up is in Dudley Square on Monday, September 9th.
And this could mean people who, what if their main goal was just to solve the lack of jobs in their neighborhood? I mean, is there something in it for them?
There really is. I think if you come to any HubWeek event, especially an Open Doors event, you're going to walk away feeling like you learned something new and met someone new. The success is that someone comes to a HubWeek event and feels more connected to the community when they leave and gets an email address or a connection or an idea or something that helps light that spark in them to make the change and to do the thing they want to do. And that's when the magic happens. And I have met more amazing people at the Open Door events, and we have so many people who are now featured in our big fall festival who've come in through the Open Door events because that's how they connect to us. And whatever they have to offer, we want to find a way to take advantage of it.
What about the fall event? You get some people from Boston, some people from outside coming together, I imagine?
Yeah, so it's a big festival this year. We're located in the Seaport. We've been on City Hall Plaza the past 2 years, but we moved to the Seaport this year. And it features a mix exactly of people, local entrepreneurs and artists and executives, as well as national and internationally known artists and business people coming to talk about the work that they're doing and to share their ideas and to connect with the audience and really to be a place where everybody who wants to be a part of the innovation community in Boston feels welcome and feels like they can come and learn something and connect with somebody new.
Now, we're accustomed to thinking of professions as being in silos,
Yeah.
and you're doing the opposite. You're scrambling people. What do they get from that?
You know, they get the chance to get out of their silo. I think that's what we've heard from the community. Boston, there's so much going on here. There are so many smart people, but we are a very siloed city, physically, racially, industry-wise. It's a real truth. Nobody seems to want that. People are looking for something different, and I think as a city, we are building a new type of civic infrastructure to connect people across silos, to help break down some of those barriers, some that are real and some that are not so real anymore. And so HubWeek is a part of that. What we're trying to do is be a platform where people can connect and get outside their comfort zone and meet people who they might not otherwise get to meet in their day-to-day commute or their day-to-day work life or their day-to-day school life. And that's what I think people want. That's what I want. And I think that's a city we all want to live in. We talk a lot in Boston about some of the problems we have and the things we need to do better, which are real. And HubWeek is one part of the effort to make things a little bit better and to address some of those problems.
Well, I know the Fall Festival comes up in early October, and if people want more details on that or the open doors, you got the website?
HubWeek.org.
Right,
Come check us out.
Thank you very much for being with us.
Thanks, Chris. Great to see you.
Brendan Ryan from HubWeek.